Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you the #1 deck for you to use on mid-ladder and normal ladder this season. We are going to be using classic Lavaloon with the guards. Don't turn away, don't turn away. If you have champions, I have very entertaining and fun decks that you can use that I've been trying. They're going to come out tomorrow and the day after, but I want to accommodate all y'all that don't have champions because I know some of you, you're kind of broke, you're kind of homeless, so I have to cater to you guys. Anyways, I'm going to be showcasing some good, intense replays with this deck, giving you some tips, and I'm going to giving you better tips today, because I noticed in a couple of my videos I said I'm going to give you tips, and I just end up, on a tangent. I'm going to help you understand this deck and play it the best you can. Let's jump into it. Also, guys, before we start, if you could really just take the time to drop a like, drop a sub if you haven't, drop a comment, and it really helps increase the YouTube's algorithms liking this towards me. It promotes my content more when you guys do that type of stuff, so please go ahead and do that. That would be amazing. We're almost at 2,000 subs. I got something special planned that you guys are going to enjoy. So, as you can see, he barbells first play, and I'll just go ahead and drop a zap. It's pretty low key, it's a 2 for 2, and it prevents the barb from getting any hits. As you can see here, the tombstone position is the best for countering both lanes. If you place the tombstone right there, it will pull anything in both lanes as long as you don't place it late. For example, if that golden knight was 2 tiles down, that would be a little annoying, and I don't think it would pull. Anyways, as you can see here, he cleverly goes with the E-Giant after I go with the Tombstone. However, using the Mega Minion on E-Giants, I'll just say this real quick, using Mega Minion on E-Giants is really nice because it does a lot of damage, and it's going to help you wrap it up, as well as the fact that after the E-Giant nerf, I'm going to call it a nerf because I think it is a nerf, you're going to be able to wrap the E-Giant up with a lot easier in case that situation happens to you. So try using, Tombstone, Mega Minion, stuff like that. Now, he does go with, I believe, the Mirror. Oh my god. Level 16 Egiant. I'm just thinking to myself, oh no, this is not good. However, I do know I'm up 3 elixir now, and we're going to just go in with the balloon because I can pretty much leave that E-Giant be, and I'm also going to go in with the Skillington Dragons as well. Now, I did that after I realized that the balloon was not going to be pulled by the cage, because if you wanted to tornado it now, my Skeleton Dragons will lock and get some significant damage. And as you can see, the Mega Minion wraps up the E-Giant, and just like that, watch closely here. We're going to go guards on the Goblin Cage Brawler. Launch that zap. What that zap is going to do is it's going to keep my Skeleton Dragon alive while the tower focuses on the lava pups that are not hitting the tower. Therefore, we actually go ahead and take that tower, and that's one of the biggest tips I can give you guys, is to watch out with your zaps. Try and make smart zap plays. Your zap is not a throwaway card. Don't just throw it on random things. Your zap is really important because it can do things like save a single skeleton dragon at 1 HP and have it do 1,000 damage, like you saw there. And so, as you can see, I went with the tombstone there, and I went with the skeleton dragons because I had a feeling he was going to go something else behind the E-Giant. I did not know it was going to be another E-Giant, but as you can see, the Mega Minion is going to help that so we don't get 3 crowned, hopefully. And now I know that he's on his heels. We have a huge elixir advantage in terms of cards played. I go with the Fireball and the Baby Dragon there. We go with the skeleton dragons, which alongside a zap are going to wrap up that baby dragon, and now I know there is nothing that he can do to save his tower. We have a skeleton dragon being tanked for, dishing out a lot of damage. Just simple, just focusing and thinking big term, thinking offense. It's gotta be kind of ingrained in you to know how to counter certain cards. So like you see an E-Giant, I know what do I want to do to stop an E-Giant. I want to get a Tombstone down, I want to get my Mega Minion down, and those two things are really going to help you defend. And it's going to come in time, but I'm going to give you guys some more replays. I'm thinking we're going to go with this Lumberloon replay over here, and I'm going to kind of talk about more like sacking. I don't talk about this often, and I think some of you have recommended maybe I do like a whole video on sacking and attacking, so I'll try and compile that sooner or later. I'll just like put together an example of all the times I decide to let something do a bunch of damage, and when I decide to defend it. A lot of it has to do with the card and the situation. It's just, I can't always tell you to sack a bandit, because sometimes, you know, if you sack a bandit, you're going to lose your tower. A lot of the times in bridge spam matchups, what you're going to want to do is, if you get a lava hound down, you're going to need to support. This is actually most of the time. If you get a lava hound down, you have to commit to that lava hound. You can't go and spend, a tombstone and then guards on the opposite lane, because number one, you're not really going to stop his push most of the time, because he usually has way more elixir to work with. So how to stop this some of the times is try and go play passively until you figured out what he has, and then go with your first lava. Therefore, you know what he has and you can't be punished. And sometimes also try and go with the tombstone in the middle before you go with your lava hound, so that you have basically an extra 3 elixir on defense. Now, as you can see, he goes with the bowler, so I go with the lava opposite lane because I don't like going into bowlers. A lot of the time, if you see a bowler deck, you're going to need to be able to take out their air counters, so being stuck behind a bowler isn't really a good thing. And I know I'm showing you a lot of meta decks and stuff like that. I promise I'm going to get more mid-ladder content out for you guys, so you can see what to do to counter the little miscellaneous mischiefs in mid-ladder. So as you can see here, I go with the zap. Not a great zap on my part, because I was pretty sure it would target the lava hound, not the balloon, but we're going to be fine there, because as you can see, he spent a lot of elixir, and so we're just going to go ahead and fireball here, take everything out, and we are going to be up in damage. Now, don't fireball things if you're low on elixir and you know he can counter push you, because if I was to fireball that, and let's say the Inferno Dragon and Mega Minion were still alive after the fireball, he can turn that into a counter push by just placing like 1 unit in front of that, and then I'm going to have a very hard time defending because I just used all my elixir on the fireball. So try and not overcommit unless you fully kill something, because I knew we were at even elixir and that fireball was going to wipe everything off the board. Jesus, that was dramatic. I didn't need to... Whatever, I don't care. Anyways, as you can see here, he's going to try and do some split laning. So I just go with the Skeleton Dragons on the Lumberjack, just to make sure you can't go with the balloon behind that. Now, let me tell you something. For the first little I think half of this match, I was thinking he was playing Graveyard Freeze, because I don't know why he would have Mega Minion. That's just kind of weird, but apparently he did have Mega Minion. So eventually, after the Lumberjack, I was like, oh, hey, this is probably Lumberloon. So I can play this like a Lumberloon matchup instead of like a Graveyard Freeze matchup. And so here he tornadoes, and that's a really interesting tornado, because he doesn't back it up with the freeze. If he backed it up with the freeze, he could have frozen my balloon, and he would have, like, the Mega Man would have killed it pretty much. But he goes with a bowler that doesn't do anything, because I just go with the fireball, and he no longer has anything for my balloon. So we're going to take that tower. Simple. And the goal here is that he never got a counter push. As you can see, he was never able to get a good counter push going because we went opposite lane of the bowler. If you go to the opposite lane of the bowler, what happens is that the bowler will not tank for anything, and it's really nice because I think of it like this. If I was to put all of my stuff into the same lane as the bowler, there's no way for the E-Dragon, usually, and the I-Dragon to die. A fireball alone doesn't kill them. And so then he's going to have a bowler alive, mostly alive, and then he's going to have the E-Drag and the Inferno Dragon, and he's going to slap a Lumberloon in front of it, and I'm just going to be really unprepared to defend that. But as you can see there, we never gave him the opportunity to build a counter push. So if you see Valkyries or bowlers or thick units like that, try and go opposite lane as long as you know you can defend them. So here I have a matchup versus Lavaloon deck that's not as common, but he hits me with the GT mode early, and so you know I've got to try hard. And I love using my little guard polish as the crown emote when I beat these guys, because it's I don't know. It's just something I like to do because it's like, you know, it signifies underdog winning. It's kind of cool. Always vote for the underdogs, bro. Even though they get stomped by 50 points usually. Always root for them. Anyways, so as you can see, I go with the Lavaloon to respond to his Lavaloon because I don't have a tombstone, so there's no way I could counter his balloon. So I go with the Skelly Drags there, and then I just go with the Zap, and he's going to go ahead and fireball that Skeleton Dragons, and so here I am just chilling. We're going to go with the Mega Minion, and we are going to tower trade, which is ideal. Oh, I'm sorry, he played the minions, so we weren't able to tower trade. Very unfortunate in that situation, because if I had the pocket open, we could do a lot. We had a lot more room to play offense, but here we're just going to kind of be stuck behind an Inferno Dragon. However, I know that usually what happens in these types of scenarios is we're going to do it all over again. I'm going to go lava, he's going to go lava, he's going to go loon, I'm going to go loon. It's just, it's pretty simple here. Now I know he has minions, so I'm going to try and save my fireball for the minions, but, however, I did realize with the bomber that he does not have a building. I think most bomber decks, in regards to Lavaloon, don't have buildings, so I used that to my advantage. Decided to do the same thing over again because it worked the last time. And now I know he definitely can't afford a fireball because we got our lava down first. And as you can see, we're just going to go with the Mega Minion. And we are going to go with another Lava Hound right in the middle. And I did this because I knew that my pups would kill his minions. The towers would retarget to my Lava Hound. And here I would take that tower and suddenly I would be up. Okay, so as you can see, he goes with a loon on pressure, so I go with a tombstone to get back to an air card, and I know that he's low on elixir, so I go in with the balloon. I go in with the zap to kill his minions there, and we are just chilling. It's going to be game over here. A fireball will kill that tower along with the death bomb. GG's. Another good matchup, in my opinion. That was a very winnable Lavaloon matchup, though it's a little tricky. Lava mirrors are definitely tough for me, so if you do want to practice lava mirrors, hit me up in the comments. I'd be glad to help you practice them, because to be honest, I could use some practice too. To be honest, this matchup got a little out of hand. I was a little scared. It was a bad start, but we did manage to come back, so I'm showing this replay because it was a good comeback. And also, these types of decks are, I know you don't face this deck much, but this is the type of deck you're going to face, those rage beatdown decks. That are really hard to defend, and it's ugly. And actually, it was a dare. I was in a voice chat at the time, and he's like, "Oh, go lava first play, lava first play." So I did. Don't do that. Usually, we're fine just sitting there. But lava first play has to be followed up with a balloon, in my opinion. And we have to kind of stick this fireball, see what he's got. Here, I decided to not do that because there's nothing to fireball at this point. He just spent like 17 elixir in the other lane. So I'm a little scared here. However, I do go and use the guards on the mini P.E.K.K.A because they wrap it up. I use the tombstone over there, and we do force out a zap, which is nice, but ultimately we tower traded, which was the goal, and now I know what he has. And this matchup is probably a lot better in a one-on-one situation because we do have the King Tower activated, which is just some bonus damage. And yeah, it's really, I feel more comfortable going in lava when I know I have two towers that can attack him. And so here I go with, I believe, the Skeleton Dragons. And I wanted to keep this tower alive, because as long as this tower's alive, that means he's got to spend something on this tower to kill it. And so that's why I want the fireball there. I knew he was pretty low. I was only down 2 elixir, so I decided to go in here with the guards as well, because what is he going to possibly do that's going to prevent at least 1,000 damage on my part? He goes with the E-Wiz, and this is beautiful because what we can do here is now just plop down a tombstone, and then we can go lava, and his air counters will be out of cycle. It's another tip for you guys. Don't go lava when you know he has his air counters in cycle, especially if you have to defend, because the problem there is you're just going to end up defending, and then he's going to cycle back to his air counters, and then you're going to be in big trouble. So like I said earlier, try and commit to your lava hounds by making sure you go defense first and then offense. or you already know what he's running on offense. So I decided to take out that Mega Minion there because I knew I could kill the Evas with just guards, and I knew the Mega Minion was take out that Sparky over there. As you can see, it's going to be close. The 3-crown race here. I don't know which part to zoom in on, but we're going to zoom in probably on the offense here. As you can see, we're getting really close. We're almost taking his tower. He's got a Goblin Giant raged on a tower, but it ends up being our victory there. As you can see, the good fireballs have to take out the Mega Minions so we could keep our lava alive to get our loon to the tower, and from there it was GG's. You gotta be smart, you gotta realize their air counters early, try doing things like lava and the Mega Minion, sorry, to see what he's got, and then we can go with the balloon later on and the defense. So I'll have some mid-ladder videos out for you guys, and plenty of YouTube shorts. Please hit that like button, sub if you made it this far. Gonna have a lot of content out for you guys, so hope you enjoy.